Okay, so now we're gonna learn about that how to create a node server. For that, we can download the node from the node official website, which is nodejs.org, and we should use the LTS version instead of the latest one, the current one. We should use the LTS, which is more stable and more useful for us. So in order to check whether the node is installed or not, you can write a command node -v, and -v stands for the version. And similarly, we can use like npm-v, and npm is node package manager. Okay, so let's do one thing, that let's create a folder anywhere in the uh, system. So for that, I'm using mkdir, that says make directory, and we want to learn about that the backend system. So
Yes.
we want to give any kind of name. Let's suppose if we are working on a shopping uh, website, so we can make like shopping, and let's suppose backend, shopping hyphen backend, maybe a shopping backend. Okay, so we're creating this folder and it's now created, and now we have to go into this folder by using cd command, that is change directory. Okay, so shopping and backend. Okay, so now we are into it. Now what we can do, we can open this folder into the code. Okay, so it's better to write code over there, and now we have the zoom text also, which is better for us. Okay, so let's close a couple of files from here, and let's just create a new file over here. How we can create, or before creating this file, we just go to the terminal, and let's just do one thing. Whenever we want to create any node instance, so we have to do npm initialize, and for that there is a command called npm init. Okay,
Sir, what is this npm int?
that is what I'm saying now. Whenever we have to have any node instance, like we need to create any node environment, so we need to do npm init, and that will create a folder for us, that will create a package.json for us. Okay, so that thing, they'll ask couple of questions from here, right? Let's do enter and let's see. So it's asking like, would you like to have the package name as shopping backend? I will say yes. The version is 1.0.0. I'll say yes. Description is, let's suppose this this is the backend handling for the shopping website. Okay, and after that, the entry point, they are saying like index.js. I generally used to have like app.js instead of index.js. Okay, so I press enter. Test command, I don't want any test command. Git repository, I don't want any git repository. Keywords, let's suppose it's a shopping and Shubham, and author is Shubham Gupta, let's suppose. And license, if it's a kind of open source thing, so we can have like basic license, which is ISC. Okay, pressing enter, they created a app.json for us, and we can view it here. And it is asking for, is it okay for you? I will say yes. So it's created here a package.json, you can see. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so the JSON is simply nothing, just what we have created, they reflected over here. Got it. So after that, what you can do, you can do one thing, that you can create a file called app.js. And see, we are not here to create HTML, CSS and all. We are just running app.js as a node instance. Okay, so here we have the Chrome V8 engine. That Chrome V8 engine is actually running outside the server, and now it will work as a backend. So here, if I write like console.log and something from node, If I save this and if I want to run this, so I'll say app.js, it's gonna run right now. So no need of
Yes.
CSS. We can directly run the JavaScript over here using Node. Okay. So let's try to do one thing, that let's create a server over here. Okay, let's make our machine as a server machine and let others serve as a client. Okay, so now what can we do? We can do this using HTTP. Okay, so like
Yes,
in
sir.
React or in other JS framework, we import things. So the basic way of importing was this, like HTTP equals to require. So earlier we used to do this like in a require manner. Okay, we can convert this into the import HTTP from HTTP that too, but that may happen in the modern JavaScript. I'll let you know later that how to convert that into the modern JavaScript. Okay, so here we need to write HTTP. So for creating server, we need this, module, the HTTP folder module, which is inbuilt in JavaScript. Okay, and then what we need to do, we need to create a server from this. Const server equals to HTTP dot create server. Oh, so there is some spelling mistake in HTTP dot create server. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will recommend not to adding semicolon in the while we are coding for the node, because we should not write two statement within a single line. So if we have to write two statement within a single line, then only we need a semicolon over here. So we'll not write two line in a single two statement in a single line. So we can avoid semicolon in from every line in node. Okay.
Okay.
So after this, I need to listen this server on a particular port, and let's suppose that will be 8,000. Okay. So by these lines, you have created your server, and now that server is listening at the port number 8,000. Perfect. Let's just
Yes.
save this and run this. So node app.js, and when I'm doing enter, so see, it's not uh, it's waiting for something. So what actually it is doing, it is created a server and it's serving a server and waiting for the response. Okay, so let's close this server like control C, so that server will be closed here. Okay,
Okay. By control C.
yeah, by control C. You can terminate any command in terminal or like in command prompt or in PowerShell by using control C. So if
Yes,
a
sir.
command going on, you want to terminate that, you will use control C. Okay. Okay. Now what we can do, instead of 8,000, we can write in such a way, we can create a const call port, and that should be equals to 8,000.
Yes, sir.
And here what we can write, we are listening to port, and in the first parameter and in the second parameter we'll have a function. Okay, and that function is having the error. Okay, so if there is an error, okay, so we need to write like console.log something. Let's do something like this. Okay, if there is an error, we'll write something when right,
Wrong.
and we can also print the error also, whatever the error. Right,
Yes.
and then if it is all okay, then what we can write, we can write like server is running on the port. Let's print the port number over here. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Let's save this file and now rerun. Now just do one thing. Let's move this here. Okay, rerun it, and it is saying nothing over here. Okay, why isn't it? Okay, so server is actually they are not listening on the port while we are not accepting the request and response from here. Okay, so while we are creating this now, so you can see that there is a request handler over here. So we will have a function over here, and that takes a request and response as a method. Getting this?
No, sir, this I didn't understand.
See, while we are creating the server, this create server will hold a method within the argument. Like you have heard about array.filter, array.find. Okay, so those kind of methods are the higher order functions. So similarly, create server will have another function as a argument, Okay,
Yes,
and in that you will have two things: request and response. Okay, so when we do this, like when we do node app.js and go to Chrome, and here if we write like localhost 8000, let's suppose, so it will do nothing because we created the server, but we are not sending the response. Okay,
yes, sir.
or we are not writing any response on the server. So let's just do this first. Close the server, and here what we can do, we can do in a way like response dot write. Okay, so here this is my node home page. Okay, so this will write, but this will wait if we want to do another uh, response dot write. So we can write like another line as a response dot write, like this is another line. So it will keep on waiting. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. There is some. Okay, so this is another line we can write. So it will keep on waiting while we are writing the response dot write. Instead of that, what we can do response dot end. So now the response will be ended. Now we cannot write response dot write again. So nothing will be executed after writing this line. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's just save this and try to rerun app.js, and let's see on the browser, try to refresh this. We can see that this is my node homepage and this is another line. Okay, so the local host 8000 we created ourselves, and now we can see this. Clear? And now let's just see that what is the issue with this thing. Console.log. Okay, so for this we haven't written any console log, but console.log paste. Okay, and now it should work. See, server is running on the port 8000. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
If I do refresh, it's still working. Okay, so by this way we can create a server. Okay, and then actually we can host whatever we want to host there, but we cannot write all the things like such a way, like doing h1 over here. So what we are actually passing is an html. So let's just save
Mhm.
this, cut, rerun the server, and then check it. So it become into the heading tag. So is this the way to writing all the HTML in Node? No, 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 no. There are other way. So, but for now we are just using this way to get to know that how to write on a response. Okay, but you can see one thing, that whenever we need to change in this system. Okay, so whenever we need to change into the system, we need to close the server and rerun it, right?
Okay.
So this is so annoying for me. So what we can do, we can configure it. We can configure one thing that is called Nodemon. Okay, so that will keep on running the server when you changes into your file. Okay, hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, so let's just do npm install or npm I call Nodemon. Okay, and we'll need for the development only, not for the server. So we'll write save for dev, hyphen save dev. Okay, so let's just do this. So okay, so this has set up. Okay,
So what is the meaning of that node one?
Nodemon. So I'll let you know that
Okay.
what we can do. So we have set up the Nodemon, and now we'll require this file package.json. Okay,
Yes, sir.
not package lock. We'll require package.json. So here we have scripts. Okay, here we'll write one more script, like you have seen this in React or somewhere else. So you just write npm start and then start your server. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so what they do, they actually having a script over here. In the last video I mentioned this right now. So they have a start command here in the package.json, remember?
Okay.
So here we could write like node app.js. So if we in the start, if we write node app.js, so whenever we do npm start, it will do node app.js. Okay, but that will not keep on running my server. So instead of node.js, node app.js, we can use nodemon app.js.
Okay.
So this will keep on running my server. So let's just save this and now see like npm start. So see, it is running a node app.js, and let's see if it is. Let's go to the Chrome, refresh it. This is my node homepage. Okay, and let's just do some changes like node mon and just save it, and need not to rerun the server. It's already saying server is restarted due to the changes. Let's go to this page and refresh it. It will say this is my nodemon homepage. Okay, so we
Yes.
need not to again and again restart the server. So it will reflect our change automatically. That this is the benefit of nodemon.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so hope you get it. And what I can tell you one more thing, that instead of this require thing and all now, we can do import thing as we done in the React. Okay, so for that, what we need to change, first of all, we need to change the name of this file. We instead of app.js, what we can do, app.mjs. And now what is,
MJS.
yeah, and now what is MJS? MJS is modern JavaScript. What is this?
Modern JavaScript.
Modern JavaScript. So instead of here, look at the triple dot, it will say for a quick fix. So go to the quick fix and convert to ES module, ECMAScript. Okay. So it will automatically turn this into the import create server from HTTP. And here it will automatically convert this method also. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
And I think you are familiar with the syntax, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So this has happened in AMJS, but this will not run because we have to change couple of things. Like here we have written main app.js. Instead of that, we need to write app mjs. Okay.
MJS.
And here
Yes.
also node app.js mjs. Okay. Now just save it and see this. Like this is another line. We can say from modern, what is this spelling? JavaScript. Okay. Save it
Yes.
and now just run it and pim start. So in pim start, it's running, and let's just go here, refresh, and like see, this is from modern JavaScript. So everything is working with the modern JavaScript also. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So I think you can practice over this and then let me know that what is the update. And so far, so we are good in this. Okay.
Yes, sir. I practiced this today.
Yeah, so try this making a server and using with the modern JavaScript file also. So there are a lot of syntax which are not supported in the conventional JavaScript, and we are now using those things. Okay, so try to build in the MJS files only now for the node, and do not make like .js files now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is all for today, and we'll see you into the next session then.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.